Hi guys, it's time to shop my stash. I always look forward to this time of the month so that I can put the old stuff back that I used all month and get brand new stuff. It's been, I don't know why I didn't do this sooner other than the fact that I didn't think I could. Silly. Don't ever let that stop you from doing something new, because that's fun. It's fun. I really am having a great time doing this. So I'm not going to do a big old long intro, but welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Andi, and I'm really happy that you're here. I do have a few palettes that I'm keeping in because I didn't use them last month. And then, of course, I have a couple of palettes in my projects that I'm keeping in because they're in my projects. So without further ado, let's shop my stash. We're going to start with the palettes that I am keeping in here because I have them in projects. This is the Dollhouse palette. I have to use this shade right there. Just disregard my swatches. I have to use that shade right there. I think 5 more times, 5 or 6 more times. And then I can roll that out. And the Mimosa palette from BH Cosmetics. This shade right here called Pomegranate. I have to use that like 8 more times. So I'm keeping those in. Some other palettes that I have that I'm working on that are in other projects. The Ace Beauté Floral Vintage is in my 50 Shades of Yellow project. So this is the palette that I'm going to work on this month. This is a No Pan Left Behind. So I have to use every shade in here 1 time. And I've only used like 2 or 3 shades. So that's the one I'm going to concentrate on this month. And then I have a few palettes that I'm keeping in from last month because I didn't get a chance to really use them. This is the Blend Bunny Blends, which I did use a couple of the shades, the purple shades, in a look, and it was wonderful. So I'm going to keep that in because I brought it in to use with my Aurora Lights from BH and those beautiful shimmers. But I was actually using a couple of my project shades with that. So I'm going to keep that in. I'm also keeping in the Flamingo palette. This was gifted to me from Ash. And I still haven't used it yet, you guys. I still haven't used it. So I'm keeping it in until I use it. And then the High Tide palette I'm keeping in because I do have an upcoming collab that should not have the Shade Saver on there because I've used it. I only keep the Shade Savers on things I haven't used so that I know I haven't used them. So that is coming up. And then I'm keeping in the Steve Laurent. This is the Wild Thing palette. I got this for my birthday from Laura the Bargain Hunter. So I'm keeping that in because I haven't used that yet and I want to use it. And then I'm bringing in a few more palettes because of course I am. I'm bringing in the Morphe 24G Grand Glam. I did get this also from Ash, and so I'm going to use that as one of my neutral palettes this month. I'm bringing in the Cali Chic because this is an awesome summer palette with the coppers and the gold. Love that for summer. I'm bringing in the BH Los Angeles palette. I have an upcoming collab with this at the end of the month, and I have not ever used it. So I'm excited for that. Next from BH is the Passion Paris palette. I've only used this like once or twice, and on Instagram, I saw where Erica Conger created a beautiful purple look. So I thought I would bring that in. Gave me a little bit of inspiration. Anybody that I mentioned will be in the description box below. And then I was watching Ash talk about their monthly palettes or bi-monthly palettes, and they had the Cake palette, and I was like, oh, I need to get that out. So there is the Cake palette from Glamlight. So I'm going to bring that in to use. I am going to bring in, I think I'm going to bring in this because I've not used it yet, and this is this is Citrus Fizz. Also, I'm going to bring in Creamsicle. because I love them. Am I going to bring in any more? No, I don't think I'm going to bring in any more of those. I am. I'm going to bring in my e.l.f. Love You a Latte. Is that what it's called? I Love You a Latte. Yep. I'm going to bring this in. It is an all matte palette. I wasn't paying attention when I bought it, and I don't really like all matte palettes, but I do have some beautiful shades in my projects that are warm, neutral-ish, orangey shades. So I'm going to bring that in. So I'm going to bring that in as a companion palette to that. Let's get some Supershocks. I have an orange in my project right now, so I think I'm going to pull in Tea Party, which is a beautiful peachy shade. So I'm going to do that. And what else? That one last month. This looks cool, but I think it's swatched warm. I think that's why it's in there. Cuteologist. I'm going to bring this one in as well. I think that'll go well with my warm neutral palettes that I have. And then we're going to bring in, I don't know, you guys. No, I'm not going to bring in a purple because I have a purple in a project, and if I bring it in, I won't use it. Let's bring in that. That is Set to Stun. I really don't have much use on that. And I brought that in before. Let's see. Let's bring in Tassel. I haven't used Tassel in a long time. It is just a white, sparkly. We're going to use that. And then we're going to bring in Ember, which is that really pretty light mint green. Just in case, just to have. Try to use it. I don't use it very often. I have several singles that are already in here. These are my 50 Shades singles. That is Caterpillar and Secret Admirer. This is my deck of panning singles. And that is Charmed from Luxie. Those are both Luxie, by the way. These are both Luxie. Luxie. This is Luxie, and then that is Cleona, and that is Vermilion. I have to use that a couple more times. And then this is my Pan Those eyeshadows. This is Pretty Little Lilac, and that is called Taffy Much. This is from the On a Whimsy ColourPop palette, and I had depotted. Okay, that's it for eyeshadows. We're not going to do any more eyeshadows. We're going to do some primers. Now, I finished 2 primers. Spoiler, I finished 2 primers. I do have one in my Project 3 Uses that I don't think I like. So I want to make sure that I have a good primer to bring in. And I'm going to open this one. This is the Dewy Collagen Face Primer. I got this in friend mail from Laura the Bargain Hunter. So I'm going to open that, and then I'm also going to bring in my Revolution Pore Blur. This I just use on my T-zone. So those are the only primers I'm bringing in. We need a glow primer, and I still didn't finish this, but I'm going to give it a rest for just a minute, maybe a month. I might reach for it, I don't know. But I am going to use this Yensa Essential Glow. I have opened it, but I have not. I think I might have used it once or twice. I don't remember. But I am going to bring that in for my glow primer. I do have a couple of liquid highlighters that I have as like a glow primer. Foundation. Okay. Don't want to really open anything, but I am going to bring this in. This is the Hey Honey, and this is in medium, I believe. And I have to bring in my camo cream. Again, this is medium 310 because those are really good shades for me right now if I mix them with something lighter. So I'm going to, I'm not going to open anything. I'm going to bring in my CC cream, my IT CC cream. This is the illuminating CC cream. So I'll have those three in. And I did just finish a concealer. I still am not ready to open any of these yet. These two. I have another one that's brand new. I can't remember. Oh, this one here is brand new. Not brand new, but they're unopened. Okay, they're unopened. I am going to bring in my J-Cat Eye Assurance Anti-Fatigue Cooling Under Eye Balm. I just recently got this. That is what it looks like. We're going to see how that works because I have not used it yet. And then I kind of want to use something. You know what? I'm going to get my Koki because I'm not really 100% in love with this, but it has use on it. So I'm going to bring it in, and I'm also going to bring in my Elf Camouflage Matte. This might be too light, and I might have to wait until like winter to bring it in. So we'll do those. I'm still trying to use up my one thing. Still trying to use up my camo concealer, hydrating camo concealer in Tan Walnut. It is a darker, cool shade that I use for contour as well. So I'm still trying to use that up. I'm going to bring in my Wet n Wild Photo Focus. I missed that last month, and it's getting down there, you guys, but I do love it. It is one of my favorite powders. One of my favorite powders. Then I'm also going to bring in my Laura Geller powder foundation. I use it as a pressed powder. It gives a really pretty finish. I don't like it as a foundation because I like a full coverage foundation. And it is not. But it is very nice. Okay, we have some bronzers. I have been working on this bronzer in my 50 Shades of Yellow, and I love it, but it's about to be rolled out. And then I also have my Belgian Waffle from BH. I've been using this one and this one as bronzers, but I am going to bring in another bronzer. These are a mess. I'm going to bring in my Revolution cream bronzer because I had my putty bronzer last month. And I'm also going to bring in, I'm going to bring my Milani back in because it's been a few. It's been a few since I've used it. There's still a ton of it left. Powder blushes. I know I'm going to bring in my Misho. I got this in an Ipsy, I think. Pretty sure. It's a beautiful, cool blush. I'm also going to bring back in my ColourPop Flirt Alert blush. This is very neutral. It can go warm or cool. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm bringing in for my blush. You know what? I'm going to do that? No, I don't want that. I'm probably going to declutter that, actually. Yep, so those. And then we're going to bring in a cream blush. This I just got from the Ipsy flash sale. It is the Tarte Sea and Breezy. It's a dark cream blush, but it looks very pretty. I'm going to bring in my St. Bart's cream blush. And I'm bringing my Halo Glow blush, and this one is in the shade Berry Radiant. I think I'm going to bring this one in too. This is new. This is Digital Baddie. Very bright pink. Very pretty. I'm not going to bring in very many highlighters because I do have a couple of highlighters that I'm working on in other projects. Brightness is the one I'm using right now. I have to use it 20 times. It is the Essence Pure Nude. It's just like a deluxe sample size. But I'm going to bring in my Nomad Sydney Bathers. So pretty. So pretty. And then, it's gold. I don't want a pink one again. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring in that one. And then this Ace Beauté Glow is in my 50 Shades of Yellow Gold. So this will be some cool highlighters that I have. So that is that. I'm also going to bring in a duo, because why not? I think I'm going to bring this one in. This I got from Erica Conger. It's Wet n Wild from the Saved by the Bell. I'm going to bring that in. So I am going to grab some colored liners. I'm going to grab this purple. And I'm also, again, going to grab this purple. These are ColourPop Cream Gel Liners. I know I grab this one all the time, but I do a lot of purple looks, you guys. I do. And then I'm going to grab these two teal again because I hadn't filmed my High Tide yet. So I want to do that. You know what? I'm going to put this one back, and I'm going to grab this because this is really light. And then I'm going to grab this brown because I really like this brown. This is a NYX. And I think that's it because I do have some others in projects as well. So I'm going to grab a couple of lipsticks, and I'm going to grab these two here because they're new. They look the same, but they're a little bit different. I do want to find out how different they are. So I have those. And then as a neutral, I think I'm going to bring in my NARS. What is this called? Good Times? You guys can probably hear the fireworks that are going off. Yeah, I'm going to bring that in for a neutral. And then I have a neutral mauve in my Project 3 uses that I'll use. So I'm just going to bring in those three. You guys, I am going to bring this in and you're going to be like, what? But it's really, really pink. But I'm going to try to mix it with a more red shade that I have in my deck of panning to see if I can get some use out of it, because otherwise it's not going to get there. I'm not going to get there. So I will bring that in, but everything else I'm just going to use pull as needed, like glosses and all of that. I'm just going to pull those as needed. That's it, guys. That is all. Those are all of the things that I am choosing this month to use. Hopefully, well, I don't know about hopefully, but next time we do this, I'll be in a different room, and maybe I'll be able to do this in a different way, because everything's going to be in a very shallow drawer dresser, which I'm kind of excited about. But we'll see. We'll see how this comes about for in the next month. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me know, are you doing Shop My Stash? How did you do last month with using your things? I really like to know. You guys, I appreciate you being here. And until our next adventure, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you later.